Hi guys, today we are discussing a new disease, the most zoonotic, dangerous, fatal disease caused by a virus. This is rabies. So, introductory part. Rabies is a deadly zoonotic disease caused by a virus that produces mainly neuronal manifestations and tremors. This is a main disease of mammals and it is spread by bite of rabid animal or the scratches from rabid animal. Actually, most rabies death occurs in the world due to bite of rabid dog. Actually, the rabbit virus infects the central nervous system. If the person doesn't get potential rabies exposure prophylaxis, the virus directly moves to the brain, ultimately leading to the death. Actually, rabies is prevented by vaccinating pets, staying away from wild animals, and staying away from stray dogs. In 99% cases, domestic dogs are responsible for rabies virus transmission to humans, and the mortality rate is 99.9% of any disease. So we move to the etiological agent or the causative agent. It belongs to the family Rhabdoviridae, which is a single-stranded RNA family, and belongs to the virus Lissa virus, and the rabies virus is the species. Rhabdo means bullet shaped. Rhabdo, bullet shaped. It's enveloped virions, and the viral genome encodes 5 proteins mainly. Number of proteins was asked in many exams in the previous ICR exam also. 5 proteins mainly. They are unsegmented, rod-shaped viruses. Now the synonyms, the different names of this disease is rage means uncontrolled anger, hydrophobia that is mainly happening in human beings because fear of water, mad dog disease in dogs, and also it is called as Lissa in European countries because caused by Lissa virus. New findings, 12 distinct Lissa virus species can be distinguished within the genus. So many new types were found actually during this period. So you can refer this 12 distinct Lissa virus species. They all belongs to the genus Lissa virus. Now susceptible host. Susceptible host means who all can get the infection. Dogs can get the infection, cat can get the infection, almost all mammals can get infection. And cattle act as dead end host. That means from one cattle, infection will not be spreading to another species. In mostly cattle act as dead end hosts. Transmission is actually to the dog bite. Almost all cases is occurring by spread of saliva of an infected animal to the non-infected animal. The virus is present in the saliva of the infected animal. Though this saliva comes in contact with the mucous membrane of the non-infected or the nasal cavity of the non-infected by contact with the infected dogs. Occasionally, inhalation of infected aerosol has been described. The main source of virus is saliva and brain tissue. In fruit-eating bats also, in the Australia, virus was isolated. So this is tips to prevent dog bites. And this is a posture from World Health Organization for rabies prevention. Now, human rabies. 99% of human rabies is mediated by the dogs. That means we get rabies from dog bites. In endemic areas, around 3 billion people live. They are risk for contracting rabies. That means they have a high chance of getting rabies infection. Human rabies from corneal transplantation has been reported. That's a good, very bad news. But we have to know the corneal transplantation case is also possible. So, types of cycle. That is sylvatic cycle which is occurring in the wildlife and domestic cycle which is occurring in the domestic and villages areas. And dog mediated, but a sylvatic cycle is mediated by raccoons, foxes, and wild animals. Incubation period. Actually, the incubation period depend upon the site of bite. That means if at all the rabid dog has bitten in an area which is very near to head, that means it has to travel a very short distance to reach the brain. So the incubation period will be very less. Actually, 2 to 3 months are the incubation period recognized by OIE. Now we move to the type of bites. There are mainly three types of bite. That is type 1 bite, type 2 bite, type 3 bite. And the post-exposure procedures we are doing after these three bites are very different. Actually, in type 1 bite, that means just licking, that is saliva came into contact with our skin. So what we have to do? We have to clean with soap solution, wash water, sanitizers, etc. So no need to go for any prophylaxis or any serum treatment, etc. Just licking means we have to clean the soap solution. Proper cleaning is required. We have to clean the entire solution, entire surface with the soap solution. Now we move to type 2. That means any scratch happens. That means any aberrations in the skin is happening. Or if at all we have got a leaking in the wound, not in the normal surface, leaking in the wound. That means the chance of getting virus into the nervous system is very high. So we have to do for post-exposure prophylaxis, that is vaccination techniques. And type 3 means multiple transdermal injury. We can see we have multiple transdermal injury here. So these are three are multiple transdermal injuries. So we have to do what? We have to do hyperimmune serum. That means we have to inject serum of, that means we have to inject serum having high amount of immunoglobulins against. So we move to the pathogenesis. Rabid dog bites humans. Its saliva has virus and now it is transferred to the muscle or nerve endings or neuromuscular junction at the site of bite. Through axon, by centripetal movement, it reaches the brain via the brainstem. See, through axon, by centripetal movement, it reaches to the brain. Through brainstem, it reaches the brain. After producing lesions in the brain, they move mainly to salivary glands and respiratory system via centrifugal movement. These two type of movement is very important. Site of bite to brain is centripetal and brain to other organs is centrifugal. So after bite within 5 days, virus may be present in the saliva of the non-affected animal, which will be later become affected. Actually, the virus can move up to 3 millimeter per hour. That means speed. Actually, it's the speed of the virus. And it moves around 8 to 9 centimeter per day. This was asked in previous ICR exam. Now we move to the stage of rabies. How do rabies occur in an animal? Prodromal stage. That means the fever stage, the restlessness, and the viremic stage. Second one is the excitatory stage. The severe excitation. The animal will be severely excited and it will be having very fast movements, chorea, and temporal twitches. And now the paralytic stage. Muscle paralysis, drowning situation. Like it will be completely in a mental dissatisfactorial situation. Now the last stage is death due to respiratory failure and necrosis of brain tissue. Symptoms. In dogs, fever, ataxia, loss of appetite, MAD syndrome due to neuronal manifestation, barking at owner. These all are neuronal manifestations. Profuse thick and water salivation, hitting of head at objects, chewing movements, howling, fear of water, etc. In cattle, frequent urination, soundless bellowing, neuronal problems. In horse, frequent urination, it's not soundless bellowing, it's soundless bleating, something I think. Horse. Yeah, now neuronal problems. We move to the clinical forms. Like clinical forms appear as two stages, which is dumb form and furious form. In dumb form, the animal will be mentally severely depressed and activities will be very low, that is hypoactivity. But in furious form, it will be uncontrolled rage. So we can see the differences here. Drooling out saliva, chorea, biting wounds are mostly common in furious stage. Now we move to the macroscopic. No much lesions are known in the postmortem, but injury to all organs happens due to external injuries. The head will be hit into the inanimate objects and head will be hit into the iron concrete bars near the area. So it will be having small hemorrhages and it will be biting another animal. So they will be having a quarreling between the animals and it will lead to the problems in the internal organs. And almost necrosis of all tissue occurs due to virus deposition in later stage. Now we move to the microscopic aspects. Negri body, discovered by Negri in 1903. Actually, they are found or they are the pathognomonic inclusion bodies. Presence of Negri bodies are pathognomonic for rabies and an important diagnostic finding. They are present in the neural tissue, hippocampus, mainly amongst horn of hippocampus. And these are the Babes nodule or Lisa bodies. Babes nodule. Actually, it consists of polymorphonuclear leukocytes, macrophages of brain, Negri bodies, inclusion bodies, and other astrocytes, etc. They all together form Babes nodule or Lisa bodies. This is very important point. This was asked in many exams. Negri body. Actually, Negri bodies are eosinophilic, sharply outlined pathognomonic inclusion bodies found in the cytoplasm of certain nerve cells containing the virus of rabies, especially in the pyramidal cells within the Ammons horn of hippocampus. They are formed by fusion of ribonuclear protein of virus with dynein motor protein of nerve cell. This is a very important point. Actually, this is out of syllabus for UG students, and this can be taken as a special point. Formed by fusion of ribonuclear protein of virus with dynein motor protein of nerve cell. Now we move to the diagnosis aspects. Tentative diagnosis. That means by looking at the animal clinical signs, vaccination schedule, looking for bite marks, history, etc. The second one is the cellular staining. The nerve tissue, the suspected animal's nerve tissue is stained with Mann's or James or cellular stain. So appearance of a magenta color. That means or dark blue interior basophilic granules will be appearing as magenta color. So this is rabies positive. But if at all Negri body is present, we can say that it is rabies. But not all rabies virus positive brains show Negri bodies. So Negri bodies, if at all Negri bodies is not present means it can be rabies positive. Direct fluorescent antibody test or DFAT. It is the gold standard test for rabies. Actually here what we're doing is a simple technique. We take the impression smear from a Ammons horn of hippocampus from a infected or suspected animal's brain. And we put a fluorescent dye which is tagged with the antibody. That is, fluorescent antibody is tagged with a dye. That means antibody is tagged with a fluorescent dye. The fluorescent dye here used is fluorosin isothiocyanate FITZ. Now it is tagged with antibody against rabies, and these are viewed under fluorescent microscope. So if we are getting apple fluorescence color, apple green fluorescence color, that means it's rabies positive. So this is actually what we see under a fluorescent microscope for rabies positive cases. These are actually the fluorescence happening due to binding of antigen with antibody of rabies. These are all positive cases in different samples. Diagnosis continued. Now the Hebel's mouse inoculation test or the animal test. Brain tissues from the suspected animal is injected intracerebrally to a mice or guinea pig. Euthanize them after 3 to 4 days. Check for wire particle in the brain tissue by a DFAT. Immunohistochemistry, ELISA, PCR, RT-PCR, the rapid immunochromatographic diagnostic test. This is a simple test used nowadays. Now we move to the prevention and control. Prevention is by, in rabies-free country, they give quarantine period. And in endemic countries, proper vaccination of dogs and cats and wildlife vaccination and human vaccination is also done. Main vaccination regimens used are Essen regimen and Zagreb regimen. These are some pictures of animals getting vaccinated. So these are the vaccines used in the market. Now facts. Annually, 50% death occurs in the worldwide due to zoonotic prevalence. And out of this 50,000, 90% occurs in the Asia and Africa. And rabies virus agglutinates goose RBC at pH 6.2 and 4 degrees centigrade. This question was asked in many previous entrance examination and many state entrance examinations. So you have to read these facts very carefully and about these strains of virus used in purified Vero cell rabies vaccinations. These are many facts. Vaccination strains used are mainly 4 and Flurry's strain is more important, or Flurry's strain. Sorry with the Flurry strain is more important. The cell lines are Vero and BHK21. Flurry strain will be having LEP and HCP strains, and the intravitam test that's now used in many areas. Thank you.